Problems will never stop coming. Problems are the elixir of life. That was something that Teal Swan said, and it really made me think. And so in this video, we're going to unpack that and what it means in just a moment. Hi and welcome back. For those that don't know me, my name is Claire Attio. For those that are returning subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so I want to unpack the whole phrase that Teal Swan actually says, and I love Teal Swan. Anybody who's not familiar with her, go and have a look at her work. She's a spiritual worker, and she does a lot of psychology work, and she's got a lot of wisdom to share. But the phrase that she said, and this is something that has come up on my spectrum a lot of people think that they get there, if they're on the spiritual journey, everything becomes roses and life is hunky-dory, and that is not the case. Life still happens, problem still happens. But as she says in that statement, and those problems become the elixir of life. It's my belief that that elixir comes from the fact that we learn, we grow, we develop, we ascend from those problems, from those issues, from those challenges, whatever you want to call it. When we hit upon a difficulty in life, then we have to draw upon all our resources within us, as well as exterior, to navigate through that. And it's through that navigation that we actually start to learn how to flow. It's through the spiritual journey that we learn to flow. It's not that we manifest this perfect sunshine, carefree existence, which a lot of spiritual people, unfortunately, will have you believing. That is not the reality of the case. The reality of the case is we're actually learning to navigate with greater serenity through the obstacles. They don't just suddenly disappear. We just learn to maneuver them around them without the same amount of emotional upset and drama that we are in pre-awakening, pre-developing, pre-learning a lot of the spiritual techniques. And so I wanted to, some of the techniques that can be used for that are very, very simple. Some of them are just learning to, there's a problem, there's an issue, there's a drama up ahead. I can see it. Warning, warning, warning. We all have those. We all know them. We can all feel them. And instead of kind of, when we feel that emotional response coming up, and it comes up from the chest, it goes all the way up through the body, and we all know that as well. So instead of blocking that coming up through us, what we actually do is we take a breath and allow it to come up. And we take another breath and we just stand back from it rather than immerse ourselves in it. We just breathe and go, okay, this is coming in. How am I going to respond? And this is going to be the difference. How am I going to respond? Rather than doing the subconscious, how am I going to react? Because when we do the subconscious, we don't even ask ourselves. We just become reactive. So it's learning to take a breath, which slows everything down. It kind of dissipates that emotions that run through us. We're not stuffing it down. We're just allowing it to rise up and then to go back down. But what we normally do when it rises up like a wave, we're then like, we ride with it, with our emotions, with that charge, with that reaction. But when we take a breath, we allow it to come up, breathe, and we allow it to go down. And you go, okay, how am I going to respond to this? And that's one of the key elements of learning to navigate. It's just a breath. Taking a breath, taking a moment, being consciously aware. One of the other biggest things that you can actually do as well when you've got a bigger crisis coming up is to give yourself time to meditate. Or if you, like me, and you do shamanic work, give yourself time to go and sit and undertake a spiritual council where you're calling in people and you create your own council and you discuss the pending challenge and you get different perspectives of how it can be dealt with. And you don't even have to take action that first time. You can go back another day and another day and another day until you feel that the action you are about to take is the best possible action for you, for where you are at this point in time. And there are other case scenarios where we just have to let it crumble. What I call the tower moments, and being a Scorpion, we have a lot of those. We actually create those a lot. And it's just learning, rather than screaming from the top of the tower, save me, save me, save me, or thinking, I have to save myself. You just kind of right, hold on, let's wait for this and let it crash. And then you just sit in the rubber. You just sit in the rubble and you go, okay, why did that need to come down? What is there to be gained? What is there to be learned? And usually when we create those tower moments, it's because the foundations weren't solid anyway. It was rocky. And that rockiness made us feel uncomfortable. We may have consciously or subconsciously realize that. Often a lot of people don't when they create towers in their lives. They just know it doesn't feel right, and so they innately, subconsciously create towers. But then what the ego actually does is then say, oh, so and so did this to me and so did that to me, and we project it out rather than going, okay, we actually created that because there was an uncomfortableness, there was something within that didn't truly resonate with me, so we kind of trashed it. But as you get further along in your spiritual path, you start to take responsibility for it and go, okay, hands up to that one. What is there to learn? What is there to gain so that I can grow and I can develop and I can actually build something stronger? And so life still has its problems, and those problems are the elixir of life. That's what I believe that phrase to mean, and I hope that you found this helpful. So see you on the next one. Bye bye.